Hi everyone, I'm Jenna with Brown Dog Craft Company. I'm coming to you live very randomly. Today is Sunday, March 22nd, 2026, and I'm just waiting for confirmation that I'm going live here on YouTube and Facebook. I am here for Coffee and Cards. I left you very abruptly on Friday's live because I had a really important phone call and it took forever for the phone call. So I never came back because I was on the phone for a really long time. So I am back today to finish the cards that we started using the Help Me Grow bundle, which is an online exclusive and it's really cute. And I know it'll be super random if any of you end up joining, but I'm here. So we'll finish the cards. Hi, Christina. See, so some people are here. So anyway, I'm going to finish the cards that we started, and we're going to just randomly make these cards. And remember, these are the cards that I have 4 cards planned. I was hoping to get all 4 of them done on Friday, and we didn't. So I hope everyone had a good weekend. Hi, Jean. Melanie, can't wait to see where the wobbles are going to be used. Oh gosh, I have wobbles. I just bought them, and what did I use them on? I'm trying to remember. Did I use them on the sheep, I think. I think I used them on the sheep. And I love wobbles. Remember I made homemade wobbles because I couldn't find. Oh yeah, these are dimensionals, Melanie. Yeah. But I do have wobbles. Remember we used I made wobbles. um Watching from the airport. Oh, where are you going? Somewhere warm, I hope. Although you probably already are warm. It's really cold here today. We had a record yesterday, and it was 77 degrees. Now it's like 37, which I know is normal for Wisconsin on whatever day of March we're on. But we got really spoiled with, I don't know where to put all these flowers. We got really spoiled with yesterday's weather, and now I just want warm weather. So anyway, we got real spoiled. I feel like we need to add, oh yeah, it's these little green guys we got to add. The little leaves. Yeah, we got really spoiled with the weather yesterday. It was super nice, and I don't think it's going to snow again. It might snow a little bit, but we got dumped on last week. There was so much snow, it wasn't even funny. And it all melted, thankfully, yesterday because it was so warm. But that was awful. I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready for spring. They did look like wobbles. These little things looked like wobbles. Yeah. It's 108 in Southwest Arizona. Oh my goodness. 108. That has to be warm for this time of year. There's no way, right, that that's normal. 108. Oh man, you can't even go outside when it's 108, can you? My grandparents lived in Arizona, and I used to go stay with them for like a whole month every single summer when I was younger. And I remember we would just like go from air conditioned houses to air conditioned cars to air conditioned stores. Like it was so hot. And then every time you got back in your car from wherever you were, the car was like on fire. Like you couldn't sit in the seats because it was so hot. Okay, one thing I didn't grab for these was embellishments, you guys. Miserable and not normal. Yeah. Oh, you're back to Ohio? Oh, for your grandma's funeral? Oh, well, that's sad. Well, I'm sorry that's why you're traveling, but hopefully you can see family at least when you're there, right? Okay, so I don't know if these just sort of like go on top. I might leave them off the scissors. I think I'll put them down here on the spade. Is that a spade? I don't know gardening terms. Melanie, can't wait to go to Wisconsin starting in May. Oh, are you coming back Like, do you live up here? You live down in Arizona in the winter, maybe? Okay, so I don't have a card base, but I would, so this is a full card front. So I would put this on a card front. Yeah, it'll be nice to spend time with family, Christina. The year I lived there, it was 123 a day for days in Arizona. That's insane. Sounds like you guys, oh, look at, there's another flower. It sounds like you guys are talking about like living on the hot side of Mars or something. I don't know. Okay. All right. So anyway, this was, oh, I'm missing a light. Let me see if this is better. It's kind of yellow. Let's get it. There we go. So, okay, this was my idea of when you die cut the garden tools instead of stamping. So that's one way to use this die set, this bundle. Okay, now this is my least favorite card out of all the cards that I have planned. So what I would do is I'd probably put this on a green card base, or maybe pecan pie. Maybe green though, to make it kind of colorful. Okay. All right, so that was my least favorite out of all the ways to use this bundle. My favorite way is actually this card, I think. And again, I have 4 planned. I think that one probably took the longest. So this is my next favorite way. And what we're going to do is, this is a full white card front panel. So 5.5 by 4.25. And then what I did is I used the die, and it looks like this, and it cuts the dirt. So it doesn't actually cut on any of the sides. It just cuts into the, oh, well, thanks, Christina. Yeah, I know. Just a little tidbit of what more is to come, because I'm so excited for these next cards. Okay, so what I wanted this, so see when you die cut it, this is what it does. It just cuts into the top here, and then you have to trim it out. So my thought was I wanted this to be 2 different layers of dirt. So we're going to stamp on the dirt, and then I will make this. I'll show you how we made this. And then these are die cut. I think these are like, they kind of remind me of like tomato plants, maybe. Or maybe they're like an herb. I don't know. But I die cut the flowers from, this is Balmy Blue and Flirty Flamingo. And we're going to use that same sentiment, and we're going to stamp the, you can either stamp or die cut. Or you can stamp and die cut, or just die cut the little, like, you know, it would say tomatoes or whatever it would say on here. But I'm going to go get a stencil. I forgot I was going to grab a stencil. And it's not a Stampin' Up! Stencil, but I'll show you. We're going to make a cloudy background with Balmy Blue. So let me go grab my stencil and my blending brush, because it's going to be really cute. So hold on. Okay, so I have my stencils here. Carrot top leaves. Yes, it could totally be carrot leaves. I'm going to find my cloudy stencil. So I have a stencil. Lots of different companies make cloud stencils. So this one in particular happens to be Lawn Fawn, but there's a whole bunch out there. So take your pick. I need a blue blending brush. Carrot top leaves. They totally are carrot top leaves, maybe. There's no carrot, though. I wish there was a carrot, like a jumbo carrot. That would be really cute. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to make clouds across the top here. It's going to be the sky. And then our dirt is going to go somewhere down here. So we don't need to go all the way down with our clouds, but we are going to go a little bit. So I'm just going to tape this in place to help hold it down a little bit. And then we're going to take our Balmy Blue, and I have to get a little sticky mat here. We're going to take our Balmy Blue and a blue blending brush. And I like these really big ones. The carrot is growing in the ground, right? Yes, exactly. It's underneath. Okay, and we're going to put the stencil here and, whoops, ink blend our clouds. And then as I go down, I just turn my stencil. And then you can get even more cloud images if you clean the stencil and flip it over. So I think this is enough. 4 different edges of clouds is probably enough variation. And I'm getting a little bit down there, but that's all right. Our clouds are getting lighter as we go. So I have a funny story about growing carrots. So I think I've told some of you this before, but every year I attempt to grow vegetables and every year I pretty much fail. I do not have a green thumb. So every year I plant, and I've started buying the already planted, like the already sprouted vegetables, because if I don't buy them already sprouted, they really don't grow. So I've started buying them, and every year nothing grows. I can never get anything to grow. Okay. And so one year, I'm going to take my Balmy Blue dark marker, my dark blend here, and I'm going to flick some Balmy Blue into the sky. So every year I plant things and every year I fail. Last year I was able to grow some strawberries, and I put them up on the deck because I think the bunnies and the deer eat them. So I was able to grow some, but I mean, they were like teeny. Like I cut the teeniest little strawberry into 3 pieces for the kids to eat. You know, they said it was good. I think they had like the smallest bite. I don't even think they tasted the strawberry. Okay, I'm going to clean my table here with some alcohol. And of course I don't have a wipe handy. Yeah, so anyway, I grew carrots. This is years ago. Hold on, I gotta grab a cloth. I grew carrots. This is years and years ago. I had planted carrots, and I heard that carrots were easy to grow. So all you do is put them in the ground, and I don't think they need a lot of anything, and then they just grow, right? They're kind of like cucumbers. They're supposed to grow super easy, I think. So anyway, I planted carrots, and all summer or whatever, I could see there was this little orange right at the top of the dirt, right? So I'm like, okay, that's great. My carrots are growing. They're in there. I'm so excited. So it came time, you know, after so many weeks, I pull the carrots up, and the carrots, I kid you not, were like a half an inch long. And I was like, oh my God, what? I don't even think I could eat them. That's how small they were. So anyway, I can't grow a thing, you guys, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try again this year. Okay, let's talk really quick about what we're going to do. We're going to make 2 little layers of dirt. It's not going to be this deep. But let's get out. In this stamp set there's this little, I don't even know what it is, if it's supposed to be dirt or what it is, but we're going to make it dirt. So I'm going to take this, and Christina, you can't grow anything either? Yeah. I don't know. I don't think my mom could either. I'm not the only one. It must run in the family. Okay, so here I'm going to do early espresso. This dirt is cut from early espresso, so we're just going to, you know, stamp some dirt on here. And it's cute. Okay. All right, so give us some texture. Same with my in-laws' carrots. I fed the tiny carrots to our dog. Yes, I don't know what it is. I'm sure I don't have the right, like, I think you have to put things in your soil depending on what kind of like soil you have. I don't know. I'm not good at it. Okay, I'm gonna put like 2 layers of dirt here. So let's glue one down. Okay, so I'm just gonna put some glue. My green glue, I'm out of green glue. So whatever that glue is called, I'm out of it. Okay. Oh, I should tell you, I made little adhesive pouches, you guys. I'll show them to you. They are for sale. I'll show them to you after this card. I've got it sitting right next to me. Okay, so that's going to go across the bottom here. And then this one I thought we would kind of pop up below it here. So I'm going to trim this while it's just one layer. We're going to trim it around our card base here. You could use scissors too, but so 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Okay. Whoops, that didn't trim well. Let's cut it here. Okay, so there's the first one. And then on this one, we're gonna pop it up. So I think I will put dimensionals on here. So anyway, this is how I grow things. I have to get satisfaction from growing things on paper. All right, if you are a demonstrator, you can order new products starting on Tuesday, I think it is. Who's excited? I'm pretty excited. All right, I'm going to get my lawn scissors for this side because it doesn't like to cut this side. I'm excited. We get to pre-order May online exclusives. Ooh, that was loud. And we get to pre-order the new catalog. Okay, so there's our dirt and our sky. Okay. Now we will stamp our little sign, and we're going to do that in crumb cake. So we're going to do crumb cake on crumb cake, so tone on tone. And then we'll stamp hello. Jean's looking forward to the pre-order. Yes, I can't wait. We'll stamp hello. What did I stamp? Let's see, I used black in my sample here. You could use early espresso too. Christina's excited too. I'm very excited. Okay, so there's hello. I think someone said we maybe get to order all of the things too, where normally we only get to order a little bit of it. Okay, so this is pigment ink, which is like VersaFine. It takes a little bit of time to dry. Okay, so once you already have that, once that dries, you can die cut it out, which I obviously have already done here. Okay, so there it is. And then we're gonna tuck these in here. I'm gonna tuck one back there too. And we're gonna put these little flowers on it. And then we need a secondary sentiment, so to speak. So I'm gonna do You Help Me Grow up here. And we're gonna kind of tuck this in, you know, somewhere over here, like this. Okay, so we'll have 3 little things on the left and the sentiment here. Or maybe we'll tuck this over here, I don't know. Okay, so I thought we'd stamp on the background here. So let's do You Help Me Grow right about here. I'm gonna put it in my MISTI. My stamp positioner is all the way on the other side of my craft drum, so I'm just gonna use my MISTI for now. But okay, what color do we stamp in though? That is the question. We can't really do balmy blue. I lost my magnet. Where did my magnet go? We can't really do balmy blue. We could do black or early espresso. What brand is your putty tool? Okay, this is, can you see that? Studio Katia, Katia. And it has a wax tip. Where's the Stampin' Up! One? Okay, so this putty tool on the Stampin' Up! One kind of drives me nuts. Um, it doesn't stay nice like this. It like squishes to the side, and I just don't love it. So if you love it and it's for you, that's great. But it drives me nuts. So I have this one. It's wax, and you just unscrew this when it gets too flat and put a new one on. I have several different variations. I do a lot of card classes, so like this one is kind of nice too. It's got little covers on it. Scrapbook.com has a nice one too, with a nice pokey. I don't know. I have a few. I have definitely a lot over the years of collecting. Misty or navy? Yeah, that would be pretty too. Let's go dark. Let's just do the black, because that's what I did the hello sentiment in. We'll just give it a try. You help me grow. Oh, that's cute. Okay, so now when you stamp with pigment ink, don't touch it. You'll smear it. All right, you help me grow. And then we can add our other things. Okay, so I will tuck these in. One will be here. One will tuck in up here. Let's kind of position this one around that sentiment. You could put dimensionals up on the leaves here. And make the leaves pop up. All right, we're gonna kind of tuck this in here. You help me grow. It's gotta go over just a little bit. There we go. Okay. Stay. Now this one, I think we may have to put some dimensionals up here because we have this popped up. So let's get some mini dimensionals. My friends right now are going on spring break, and they're going to Mexico. And I don't know, I haven't ever been to Mexico, so I guess I don't know if I want to go to Mexico, but I would like to go somewhere. Anywhere warm and sit by the pool and be lazy. All right, we'll get those there. That's cute. And then maybe we'll stick our little hello right there. That's cute, right? Okay. So we didn't go anywhere for spring break. My kids are mad. And I'm like, why do you think we're gonna go somewhere during spring break? Like, why must everyone go somewhere during spring break? They're so funny. Some of their friends are going all over the place. Like, some people went on a cruise. Someone went to Hawaii. And they're like, why can't we go to Hawaii? It's like, yeah, you can go to Hawaii someday. When, I don't know, but someday you can go to Hawaii. I've never been to Hawaii. I would love to go. Although I think right now they just had some pretty crazy weather in Hawaii, I think. Okay, and then let's do these balmy flowers. And I think the weather varies widely from island to island in Hawaii. We went to Sedona. Oh, it was so crowded. The food was fabulous. I will say that I would like to not have to plan meals, shop for meals, make meals, clean up meals for a week. That does sound very nice. All right, do we do any more flowers? Or should we be done with the flowers? I think we'll just be done with the flowers. Okay, you help me grow. All right, that's what I did for this card. Okay, so this is a full card front. I would do some embellishments. You could do little embellishments in all the flowers. I thought maybe this one you'd put on a balmy blue card base. Okay, so this is not using any of the tools. So this uses the die cut tools. This doesn't use any of the tools. This is just our little garden, right? Our little garden in out in the field is what I was thinking. Okay. All right, so that was the second card. We do have some extras here. All right, let's see. Which one should we do next? I had two other plans. Well, let's do this one last because it might be my favorite. Or is this one my favorite? I don't know. I'll just pick one. Okay, so now for this third card, I've got Gray Granite, Old Olive, and Fresh Freesia. And how I picked these colors was from the DSP. So when I'm planning a card, I like to pick the DSP first, especially if it doesn't, like this isn't a suite, it doesn't have DSP that goes with it. So I thought we would do Good Luck on this one. So I've got a little Old Olive, is this Stylish Shapes or Nested Essentials? One of those two. And then I've got some scraps here. So I picked this DSP, which this is from, what is this from, you guys? I don't know. It's got gold foil, and then it's Fresh Freesia and Old Olive. And I don't know if that's just like second generation Old Olive in there. It's not really soft seafoam. And then we're going to stamp the tools and die cut them out. So that's where the Gray Granite comes into play. Okay, so we're going to stamp on Gray Granite. We're going to stamp, where are my stamps? I lost my stamps. Where did I put them? Oh, here they are. Nested Essentials. Yeah, I always forget what those are from. We're going to do the scissors and this fork guy and the spade thingy, and then we will need this is one handle, it's flowers and leaves, and then this is another handle, it's wood grain. So we are going to do, let me get my blocks out. We're going to do this wood grain handle. We're going to do it twice. That's upside down. Twice. Pecan pie on pecan pie, and then die cut that out. So we'll take, and this is for the scissors. The scissors need two handles. So here's one and two. Okay, so we'll die cut that out. And then all the tools, I'll do Gray Granite so they look like metal. So we have the scissors, and those will be on Gray Granite. And we have the spade. Okay. And I didn't stamp that well, but that's okay because I already have it die cut out. And the fork. The forky thingy. Okay, so we'll die cut out those. And then the other thing we need from white, we're going to stamp this handle. We are going to stamp it twice because we have two tools that need it. But we're going to stamp it with Fresh Freesia and then Old Olive. So the flowers will be in Fresh Freesia. I know because I don't have the Nested Essentials. Oh, yes, so you just have Stylish Shapes. Oh, no, you don't have Nested, so you know because you don't have it. Yes, I follow. Okay, will it fit on here? I think so. Okay, so first I'm going to stamp the flowers. And I did this all in my MISTI. because you only have to line it up once. If you line up the flowers and stamp it, and then you flip your paper and stamp on the other side, then you take it off, and then you line up the leaves and stamp it, and then flip your paper and stamp again. So that's what I did, is I use my MISTI. So we'll do this twice. Yes, they're very fancy handles. I don't have any fancy handles like this for my garden tools. Okay, so then we're going to try to line this up here. It is photopolymer, so in theory, we should be able to line it up pretty good. Okay, get my head in the way. Okay, so then we'll die cut the handles out. Okay, so once you die cut all of those things out, this is what you get. So we have our shovels, they're not shovels, and our scissors, and we can glue it all together. So my thought was we'll just put some glue here. My pin go. So I'm going to do the scissors with the wood handles. And then each of these with the flowery handles. And now these colors match. They match our DSP. Okay. Oh, and then I die cut some flowers too, so we'll add some flowers. So my thought with this was, this is a white panel, 5.5 by 4.25, so it'll be a full card front. And my thought was, this is also 5.5 by 4.25, but I'd like to add some detail to it. So since we have these handles that sort of match, do you see how much they blend in when you put it on top here? So you could do a couple things. You could put vellum here, you could put like a white panel here, but my thought was, what if we cut this diagonally and put it on the top part of our panel here, and then maybe did some ink blending. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to cut this in half, the lawn, like here, from top left to bottom right. So I'm just going to line up both those corners on the cutting edge here. Okay, so now I have this piece that I cut in half, which maybe I should have cut it in half the other way. Okay, so we have like this, right? Okay, and then maybe, so it's not so stark white, let's do a little bit of ink blending with our Fresh Freesia. So let me find a purple brush. This really dark purple. Clean it off a little. I don't know what color I used on this. I think this is when we made the galaxy background. You remember that one? With the moon and back stamp set. We made a outer space galaxy card. I gave that to my niece for her birthday, actually. Okay, so this is going to kind of come down. So let's start from up here. This has a lot of the darker purple on it. That's all right. How do we like that? That's pretty. Okay, so it's really subtle. See that? Really subtle. I can do a little bit more. It's got more of my darker purple than it does. This is probably Gorgeous Grape. I should have used a clean blending brush. All right. Clean that off a little. So if you're ever wondering, how do you clean your blending brush? What I do is I take a cloth and I spray, this is alcohol in here, and then I take the blending brush and I just rub it in the alcohol. And then you just want to make sure you don't get any alcohol like on this part of your brush, because it will pull up the adhesive and your bristles will fall out of your brush. So this is what I should have done before. And then eventually it will no longer transfer the prior color. It does take a while. Normally I just use one brush per color family, but as you can see, it doesn't always work out the way you want. You should maybe have like a dark purple brush and a light purple brush. I have 1,000,002 brushes, so I should have done that, but that's all right. Okay, so let's glue this down. Hair. Oops. Glue this down. Oh my goodness. Pretty sure my green glue is empty, but I'm going to give it a try because this is a fine tip bottle and it doesn't come out quickly. Yeah. Oh, there's a little bit in there. Okay. So that will go up here. Okay. Okay, so then my thought was we would do the tools like this. Okay. And then maybe we'll do the sentiment like here. And then I have these little flowers. So I don't know where we'll put them, but somewhere. And the flowers have these little, these are fresh freesia. And then the flowers have little insides, little, what do you call that? The base of the flower. Okay, so I do need to make this work. Right here. Did anyone do anything fun this weekend? That's not the center, that's the center. We set up the trampoline, so the kids have been out on the trampoline more times than I can count. They come in, they're all sweaty, doing all their flips and their whatever else they do out there. Come on. Whoops. Upside down. There we go. Last one. Okay. All right, so then let's put these down, of course, with dimensionals. And I probably would do twine on these. I meant to pull it out, and of course I didn't. And I don't have embellishments out either, so use your imagination. I don't remember if this suite that this DSP is from, if that has embellishments or not. I'm not remembering. I don't know that I have the suite that goes with it, actually. Maybe I do. I guess I don't know. I can't remember. Whoops, I dropped something on me. Garbage, I guess. I can't remember. All right. This little fork. Oh, you guys, I'm extra with dimensionals. I want to put so many more dimensionals on here too. It's not even funny. I'm refraining. Oh, I just got my paper pumpkin kit in the mail. The butterfly one. Or no, it's not butterfly. Dragonfly. I haven't put it together yet. That came on Friday, I think. Do you guys make your paper pumpkins the way they are? Or do you guys do alternates. Okay, I'm going to put the center one down first to try to center it. Do you guys like cut up your paper pumpkins? I don't. I just make them the way they say to make them, but I see so many people do really cute alternates. Maybe I want to do an alternate now. I don't know. Sometimes I just want to craft without having to think about it. Let's just do Old Olive on Old Olive here. I really like tone on tone, so. Sometimes I just want to craft and not think about anything. So that's why I think I just make them the way the instructions say to make them. Ooh, Jenny says my birthday was Saturday and my son and his family spent the weekend here. Oh, my grandson's not quite 4 months old. So with the warm weather, we spent time outside. Oh, that sounds great. Well, happy belated birthday, Jenny. We had my daughter's birthday party on Saturday, and wasn't it amazing? Oh my goodness, it was so nice. Now it's like winter has returned, but well, that's fun. 4 months old is fun. Okay, so then we got to add our little flowers. So let's add both depending on the kit. Oh, okay, so you do both, Christina. Yeah, I have such a hard time deviating from the instructions. I wanted to deviate with that Easter kit. Was that February's kit? I'm really excited for the kits that are coming up. There's some really cute kits coming up. All right, I'll get some flowers here. Yeah, 75 degrees. It was amazing. Can't complain about that in March. I don't think that happens very often. We were sitting outside on the deck eating ice cream, like, in March. Christina says, I got over 20 cards doing alternates with an older 2025 one. Wow. That's a lot of alternate cards. I know a lot of demonstrators do like alternate card videos, so I suppose I could watch those and get ideas and try to come up with different things. Did I have another one? Did it stick to me? Or is this my last one? Maybe this is my last one. All right, where should we put this one? Right there. All right, there. Okay, so this one I would totally 100% put on a fresh freesia card base. Jean says, I usually cut the paper pumpkins down to go onto a new base. Oh, I will make one of each design first and then change things up, but it depends on the kit. Okay, so you make one according to directions and then cut the paper pumpkins down. Oh yeah, like cut the card front off and cut them and mat it or something and put it on a different card base. I definitely am not a fan of how thin the card bases are, but oh, Christina says, I just posted on my Facebook my last alternates I did. Love to follow fellow crafters' templates. We have so many demos with so much talent. Yes, it is so much fun to watch them all do that. I know Rachel does a lot. Rachel Testman. I think Tammy White does a lot too. I think Tammy, maybe she puts out a PDF. I guess I'm not sure. Either way, you can just watch. So anyway, I love these little handles. I think they're fun and cute, and this is my favorite way to use this bundle, I think, with stamping and then die cutting. I just think they're cute, and I love that they're oversized. So, oh, you like the handles too? Yes. Okay, so this one needs some embellishments, obviously. All right, so that's the third way. And obviously these aren't cohesive because they're all using different paper and whatnot, but they're still cute. Okay, on to the fourth and final. And whoops, this one I did the pot. Okay, so this one is, I die cut the pot, and this is it's from an online exclusive, Garden something, and it's like textured foil paper. So this is actually Blueberry Bushel. And so I die cut the pot, and I think after much contemplation, I believe this is what the pot sits in. I think. Okay, it doesn't fit up on top, so that has to be what it is. And then I've got some more. I did this leaf cluster, whatever, in Secret Sea, and then this one is in Old Olive. So I thought we'd kind of tuck both of these in here. And then I've got some more of those flowers. These ones are Blueberry Bushel. And I did some of the white flowers, or the flowers that we did on that one card, but I did them in white. And then I have, we stamped the, whatever this is called here, and die cut it, but there's also a die that die cuts it like this. So I die cut it from the wood grain paper, which is another pattern that we use the handles. It's not textured, but it looks like wood grain. So I die cut that. I thought we would stamp this little scripty hello, and then oops, here's some little Mossy Meadow leaves for these flowers. And then I thought we would stamp Love You Bunches. I think I have 2 of those little Mossy Meadow guys. And then this DSP is, oops, sorry. This DSP is from, is it Lovely Blossoms? I can't remember. As is this. So these are 2 patterns from this DSP, from this suite. And then here I did the blue. Oh, look I did find another flower. I don't know where it went. It was stuck to me. Let's do it here. Okay, what I would have done ahead of time if I would have planned this is I would have cut my pot from the center of this, because I'm just gonna cover it up here like this. So that's what I would do, is die cut the pot from here. But I did it after the fact. So my thought was we're gonna put this in the center and put our pot here and stamp hello, no thanks, and Love You Bunches. So here I have a white piece, and we're gonna stamp Love You Bunches, and I thought we should definitely do it in Blueberry Bushel because we have other Blueberry Bushels here. And then we'll stamp thanks. I don't know what color we'll stamp that in, but okay, so here is Love You Bunches, and we're gonna trim this out. Love You Bunches. Oh, that stamped really well the first time. I'm just gonna leave that. Stamped great. And then we gotta stamp our little thanks. What color should we stamp it in? I don't know. Let's do Secret Sea. I know it's darker, but we have some Secret Sea plants there. So let's just do Secret Sea. It's real little anyway. All right, thanks. All right, now I'm gonna die cut this out. You could just trim it out. And if you can find a die long enough, you can use a die. Let's see, I'm gonna use these sentiment label dies I have. And I'm gonna tape it in place. And I'll run it through my die cut machine. It's a little sneak peek what I'm going to show you here before we go. Okay, and then it's going to be too long. Yeah, I know. I thought about Old Olive too. So it's going to be too long, so all I do is line the die up on the other side. And then when I run it through the die cut machine, I only run it through on this part just enough to cut it. I don't run it through all over again. And then we have our custom die cut. You can just use your scissors or your paper trimmer. All right. My kids had a Nerf war yesterday, and there's about 30 Nerf bullets around here under my desk. I think they were hiding under here as one of their hideouts. Okay, so let's sort of glue everything down here. I think I'll pop this up, but let's glue this piece down. Oh, and these are from Beautifully Celebrated, I think is the name of the die set that has these shapes. And I do like that they're nesting, but I wish they would nest closer. Like, I don't like quite how much they show. Like, I wish they were closer in size. Just a little. These dimensionals are acting up. Wants to peel off the back. There we go. So I'll put this in the center. I didn't want to cover all of this pretty paper. So this is the second and third largest. When I did the largest one of these dies, it covers almost the whole background. So I didn't want to do that. Okay, then I think we glue these together, and you know what? I think I'm just gonna use a dimensional as my glue. Hold this in place and put a dimensional over the two. And then we have to be careful because we want to tuck these in. So let's tuck these in and then hold them in place. This one I'm not too concerned about because it's pretty short. So let's put that one in, and then we'll put the flowers on it. Just like that. And that. Okay. So let's add these little white flowers, and we probably only need a couple. Put that up there. What TV shows are you guys watching? I need a show. There's a new show I saw. Maybe it's on Netflix. It might be something like The Madison. I think it's another Taylor Sheridan, like the guy who wrote like Yellowstone and Landman. Okay, and then we'll tuck this one in. So, okay, and then that will go kind of here. We'll do the sentiment. I'm going to put this a little bit above the bottom here because I want to leave a space for our sentiment. Okay, and then I thought this plant could get these little flowers, whatever they are. I don't even know what they are. Oh, the pit. I've heard about that on HBO Max. I don't know that I have HBO Max. Do I need to get it? I don't know, right there. Do I need to get HBO Max? There was a show I wanted to watch. It was on Apple TV, but I don't have Apple TV either. I've heard about the pit. I think I heard something else on HBO Max was good too. Maybe I'll sign up for like a month and try to binge the show. I watch it when I'm on the treadmill, or I watch shows when I'm on the treadmill. So it's really good. It gets me on the treadmill. Because I only allow myself to watch my show on the treadmill. I'm watching Outlander, and the new season came out, and then I'll have nothing to watch. So I need ideas. There was another show I tried to get into. It was on, well, now I guess I can't remember what it was on, but it was about these two brothers who owned a restaurant, and maybe they were in like New York or something. Oh, we got to put our little thing in here too. I think they owned they were two brothers. It was an Italian restaurant. See if I can tuck this in, otherwise I'll just cut it off. There we go, I got it in. Nope, I'm gonna cut it off. Is that The Bear? Am I thinking of The Bear, maybe? That was a pretty good show. I never finished it, though. All right, I'm gonna tuck this in here. I think I want it behind that leaf, like this. No, maybe in front. No, behind. I can't decide. Thanks. And then this will go here. Yeah, the other day I was on the treadmill. I was trying to watch Outlander, and I was on the treadmill for 2 episodes because I finished the one and then I had to start the next one, and I was like, I'm just going to start it. I just have to see how they get out of this little pickle that they're in, and then before I knew it, it was over. The episode was over. All right, so it definitely needs some twine. But isn't it cute? So this is using the pot as a die cut, and you can stamp the pot and then die cut it out too. Okay, and then this one is using stamped and die cut tools. And I would probably add twine on this one and tie it, maybe make little bows on each of these. Here was the tools that are die cut. And then here is, I don't know, just the leaves, I guess. Okay. So, I don't know which one my favorite is, but I love this set, you guys, this bundle. You get a ton of stamps and a ton of dies. So they're really pretty. So, if you haven't thought about getting this, now you can see what they look like. Okay, a couple of new things I will talk about before I leave. One is I have these custom adhesive pouches. So I'm selling them. They are for sale. You can get them. They are branded here, so they'll come just like this. And inside you'll have a tear-in tape, a package of dimensionals, a liquid glue, a mini glue dot, and some sort of tag, like a thank you tag, as well as some sort of embellishment or ribbon. So this is just an example, but you'll have some sort of embellishment or ribbon in here. You can purchase these. I do have to get them on my website. They, I think, are $49, and that includes shipping. So I will get them on my website. If you know that you want one right now, you can send me an email. It's hello@browndogcraftcompany.com. So, and then I'll get that. I'll place the order for you and send you the invoice. But I'll get them added to the website here this upcoming week. If you'd like a little to-go adhesive pouch. And you can obviously take the things out of here and use the adhesive pouch for whatever you want. So, you know, obviously they're quite large. They fit quite a bit of things in them. They are 8 by 6. So they're 8 by 6. So like if you put a package of embellishments here. You can see how big they are. So, okay. The next thing is, let me put the cap on my glue. The next thing is I will not be live on Friday for Coffee and Cards. I have something with my kids, but I'm going to try and film Coffee and Cards and have it go up on Friday, and it's going to be using Barbecue Master. So this was an online exclusive, and it's got some really cute dies. So like you can make a cheeseburger. Isn't that adorable? Like you can literally make a cheeseburger. And there's little shrimp, mushrooms, onions, brats. I think this is if you stamp the brats. And then here, I think you can stamp all of these. So you've got a kebab. Yeah, here's the kebab. Little bottle of hot sauce. The tools, the fire right here. And then what's that? Is that like... It looks like a top to a jar, but I don't know what that is. You can... That looks like a tomato. What's that little one? Oh, it's the handle to the grill, I think. Maybe? Or maybe it's the handle to one of these? I don't know. But you could die cut all these vegetables and put them on the kebab too. Maybe we'll do that. That's pretty cute. I'll definitely be making a cheeseburger because that's adorable. Super cute. So anyway, we'll be making some cards. Let's see. You're flipping awesome to the Grill Master. Happy birthday. I just think it's really fun. So not necessarily needing Father's Day cards. You can make it any card. So, or any occasion, I mean. I love the oven mitt. I think that's really cute. Oh, thanks, Jean. Okay, so super impromptu. I'm sorry that I had to jump off on Friday. So really impromptu today. If you're able to join me live, that's fabulous. It was great chatting with you all. And then watch for a video, I think, next Friday for Coffee and Cards. So, and then I'll get those adhesive pouches up on the website this week too. So, okay, well, that's all I have for you guys. So thanks. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, a great Sunday evening, and I will catch you all next time. All right, take care, everybody. Bye, Milo. See you later, guys.